Hello everyone, dear viewers. You're on the Circus Tracker Chanel? Give us your likes and we'll get started. Gooseworx just released the second teaser for the second episode of the amazing digital circus, which features 4 brand new characters. She tweeted that the damn cameraman was dozing off again, and in the image we can see 4 characters reflected on a floor with checkerboard patterns in black and white. We can be certain that this is a teaser for episode 2, as the original teaser for the show included the same image, which was shared by a user who commented, "Oh boy, back to the old times, thank you so much." I'm assuming you can easily identify which characters we see here, and it's the exact same photo of the white and black floor. We can see every figure except Bubble in the reflection, but that's only because he would be incredibly difficult to notice on a white and black floor. Our early concept image from the incredible digital circus included every figure once more on a floor covered in black and white checkers, almost if they were playing chess. This suggests that Gooseworx is hinting to the arrival of 4 new characters in episode 2. However, precisely who are these characters? The reason each character in the first photo and its reflections is in a T pose, or default pose, is that we can easily recognize them despite their slight blurriness. Therefore, if we look at the new photo, we can see that each character is also in a default pose. If we look closely at the photo, we can see that we have a character that looks like a cigarette, a character that almost looks like a ghost with mega brain, perhaps even a blue character who resembles the Michelin Man and has a size akin to Huggy Wuggy, as well as a Princess Peach-like figure. But first, I'll start with the character that looks like a cigarette. If you look very closely, you can see that he has some green-looking legs toward the top of the picture, indicating that he will not be a walking stick but rather have actual legs and arms. You can also see that there is a green reflection of his arm to the left of the picture. And then there is a red arm on the other side. You can just barely make out the tip of his red arm on this black checkerboard piece, so it looks like he will have green legs, a green arm, and a red head. Other than that, all I can really make out about him is that he is extremely thin, and it would be interesting to see how he moves. However, this extremely intelligent-looking character is a little bit interesting because they are glowing green. They almost look like the ghost from Luigi's Mansion. It suggests that the figure may be a ghost or simply glowing. At the very top of the picture, some tiny green legs can be seen sticking out, suggesting that the figure may be a ghost or perhaps a dress. I'm not sure how interesting the next character is, even if she appears to be a princess wearing a traditional princess attire, somewhat of like Princess Peach. Of course, copyright prevents them from doing exactly the same thing. The enormous pink portion of the dress that circles the bottom is visible, but we can also make out a princess-style glove on this black tile. This suggests that the character may have a snobby or extremely high-class personality, similar to Kaufmo's clowning and joke-telling tendencies. The princess character may be particularly snobby because she is a member of royalty. The next character is a little strange. He appears to be made of blue balls, which sounds absurd, but that's what he appears to be made of. Like I mentioned earlier, he kind of reminds me of Huggy Wuggy, but obviously again, they can't make it Huggy Wuggy because of copyright. Looking at all 4 of these characters, we can see that the princess is the tallest, and in comparison to everyone else, she's actually huge, with the shortest being either the blue ball character or the cigarette character is just hard to see. I can almost kind of see some eyes on this black checkerboard piece here, but it's hard to see. Given that the reflections in the white checkerboards are difficult to see, what does this mean for episode 2? Given that we will be introduced to 4 new characters, how will they all fit into the circus? We know that Kaufmo was literally removed from the show due to character overload. Therefore, if one character was deemed too many, how are we going to introduce 4 new characters while still maintaining the plot? Alternatively, these characters could be revealed one by one in each episode. For example, in the upcoming episode, which is episode 1 of season 1, as the pilot episode was episode 0, we might meet the character that looks like a cigarette, and in episode 3, we might meet the ghost Megamind character. In episode 5, we might meet the princess. In episode 6, we might meet the blue ball character. Or, as is most likely going to happen, we might meet them all in episode 2. Adding new content or altering the original meaning in the pilot episode, we saw Jax as a mean bully who enjoys taunting, berating, and humiliating the other residents of the digital circus. However, we also learned that he was brave and courageous when he stayed with Regatha and Pomni during a trying time with Kaufmo. It's possible that we will learn more about Jax in upcoming episodes, but for now it's evident that he fled the scene rather than attempting to solve the issue or assist the weaker residents. Since there's no way they're going to give away that much ahead of time, I feel like that's almost spoiler territory. However, we have no idea who in the cast will abstract next. Gooseworx was asked once who would be the next to abstract, and she replied that we wouldn't believe her if she told us. So, who knows? Maybe Kane will abstract, which would be a major plot twist, or maybe Bubble or Jax, given that the main suspects are currently Kinger and Pomni. We'll get to see them, and since Kane appeared in the first teaser image alongside all the other circus members, we know that it could be a ringmaster character just like Kane. This implies that one of these characters won't be a part of the circus. Rather, they could be one of Kane's new assistants, or they could be a new form for Bubble, since we already know that Kane and Bubble can affect the circus however they please, and since Bubble is so annoying, perhaps Kane will transform Bubble into someone else. The first episode's events. You can see how Jack's actions impact the other characters even in this instance. The first episode's events were partially revealed on Twitter. Jax gave Rotha a centipede as a gift, which was especially meaningful because Rotha fears centipedes more than anything else. The new episode will open with a specific scenario, but it's after this that the other characters will realize Jax's true nature. Joking around and making jokes is one thing. All the other characters in the episode will also come to see that this is another example of purposefully playing on someone's worries to create panic. After the other characters abandon him, Jax is left on his own and tries to make amends or resolve the issue. As the foundation for all that follows, let's start with the widely reported Twitter mishap concerning Whelp. The developers have promised us that 2024 will bring with it a lot of new things, including a lot of digital circus on the one hand. Be released in spring 2024, the show appears to still be in production, which is why they gave such a broad release window. Let's now set a release date for our new series and discuss potential plot points. I just want to say, hey guys, check out this new series. The creators can definitely pull that off, but they also show respect for their audience. Is it possible to release a new series in a week? In my opinion, yes, since there's a good chance the new episode has already been completed. I'm confident in this for one simple reason. An episode has been created in just over 3 months, which is an extremely impressive amount of time. Some of you may argue that it took a year to create the Digital Circus pilot episode, and that's how things will now stand. But take into account a few other factors. Gooseworx was working on multiple projects concurrently at the time. Now that their main project, Digital Circus, is succeeding, I'm confident that Gooseworx has dedicated all of their energy to this massive project. So I'm adamantly stating that we won't have to wait a full year to see the new series. That will be all, my dear viewers. Write your comments, and do not miss my new videos. Bye 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 bye.